Hello guys, welcome to this video. In this case, I'm going to speak about, as you read in the title, the 4 macro abilities in learning a language. So, I'm not going to name them in order because they don't have an order. I'm just going to say them randomly. So, one of the first ones is this one, reading, okay? This is especially important because when you read any texts, for example, novels, short tales, even the newspaper, you can read anything in English. You learn new words and new expressions. And when you find a word or an expression you don't know, you can look it up in the dictionary and then you incorporate that word in your vocabulary. So the more you read, the better. Other macro ability is this one, writing. So writing is very important in learning a language because it helps you memorize things and retain them better on your mind. For example, when I have to study for an exam, I like to read the things I have to study and then write them down. And in that way, I memorize them and also I understand them better. That is why it is so important to write. And you can write any type of text, for example, essays, reports, little stories, anything that you can write is good for your language learning. Then we have other macro ability, which is listening. Okay, so listening is very important because it is the way in which you train your ear to understand what other people say. And this is very important because in a conversation, in order to answer a question, you have to understand the question. That is to say, you cannot answer a question you didn't understand. Okay, that is logical. So as I said, the ear is something that you have to train. It's not something that you listen to a conversation and you understand everything at once. No, you have to practice and to train this ability. On YouTube you have thousands of videos, podcasts you can watch and listen to. So and then on the internet there are many websites where you can watch movies for free. Well, in this case, at the beginning, when you're just starting, you can put on the subtitles if you don't understand. And then when you are better and when you have more practice, you can take out the subtitles and try to understand everything without them. Another way you can practice this is by listening to songs, your favorite songs. Well, at the beginning you can also listen to the song and at the same time read the lyrics so that you can keep up with the song. And then when you have more practice, you can pick a random song or a new song and try to understand what they're saying. And you can write it down and then check the lyrics to see if you have gotten the lyrics right. And the last one, speaking. So in my opinion, this is the most important because, well, a language, the main purpose in learning a language is to communicate, right? So speaking for me is the most important and at the same time the most difficult because it kind of combines all the other abilities into one. Why? Because when you're going to speak, you have to know the words you're going to use. Okay? So those words you may have learned when you were reading or writing or listening. Also, when you're speaking, as I said before, you can answer something that you didn't understand. So because speaking involves at least two people, okay? So you have to understand the other person in order to speak to them. And finally, well, that's all. So how are you going to practice speaking? Well, if you have friends that are studying English, you can practice with them. On the internet, there are many websites where you can connect with people from all around the world that speak English, both native and foreigners. Anything is useful. And then if you don't have anyone to practice with, you can just speak to yourself. You can imagine different settings or scenarios. Like, for example, you can say, oh, I'm in an interview. And you can act out an interview and answer to the questions, etc. Or you can just create conversations and that will do it. It's not that if you don't have anyone to practice, you can practice. I mean, it is ideal if you have someone, but it's not mandatory, okay? And well, I think that's all. Thank you. Bye bye.